Hello and welcome back to my channel. If not back, then just welcome. If it is your first time here, I would love it if you would click on the subscribe button and join me on my YouTube journey. Today is day 2 in my week of Shop Hush Beauty palettes. I will have the first video in the cards up here, and the palette I will be talking about today is the Bad Habit Beauty Solstice palette. This palette here is the sister palette to the Bad Habit Beauty Supernova palette, which I reviewed yesterday. I purchased the Solstice and Supernova palette in a bundle set for $24. This palette is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. Being that it is like kind of part of a set, it has the exact same packaging as the Supernova palette, even the same sort of like font and like solar flare design on it. You get 15 shadows and a really big nice sized mirror with this palette here. The color scheme is that sort of like warm brown terracotta copper fire theme that we have been seeing from companies for forever, essentially at this point. The thing that I like about this one is that it has more pops of color in it. You have the super bright red, the super bright yellow. The metallics in here are also very varied. It's not just copper and bronze. You've got a couple of different variations of gold. You have a nice copper orange color. You have a nice yellow orange color. Just a lot of different variations on the warm theme, which is why I really like this warm palette out of all of the warm palettes that I have. As far as the quality of the shadows, you would think that it would be exactly like the Supernova palette, considering they are in a set, but these ones are a little bit grittier and a lot more fallout than the other shades. They aren't as smooth. They are easy to blend, but they aren't as seamless as the Supernova shadows are. The main color that I have all over my lid today is Dawn, and I experienced a lot of fallout, a lot of chunky fallout in applying the shadow, as well as the yellow color Summer. A lot of that sort of like chunky fallout. Aside from the chunkiness, I think that this palette is really worth it because the color payoff is phenomenal. And like I said, out of all of the warm sort of warm brown copper palettes that I've seen, this one has the most versatility to it. Needless to say, it is a dupe for a more expensive palette, but I'm never paying $130 for one eyeshadow palette, so there's that. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look here, just stay tuned and I will see you tomorrow with the next palette. So the colors that I'll be using today are Dawn, which is the champagne gold color, Soul, which is this yellow orange gold color, Fall, which is orange and low-key looks like Cheeto dust right now, and then Summer, which is this bright yellow color. I've already primed my eyes with the NYX Pigment Primer, and so I'm just going in with Dawn on a flat shader brush. In hindsight, I'll probably just use my finger with this shade next time because I had a lot of fallout. It is kind of a chunky glitter color. I don't know if you could tell, but there's fallout all over my nose. I really like the look of it because of how it sheared out, but I'll probably just use my finger next time. Then, as always, I'm just winging out my shadow a little bit. I always do this regardless of the finish of my shadow, just because I feel like it complements the shape of my eye better when I kind of drag it out a little bit. And lately I've been liking just a purely metallic look, so I'm going in with Soul and I'm putting that on the outer corner to add a little bit of depth but not change the finish. And then since it was so glittery, I'm just going in with the makeup wipe to kind of clean up all of that fallout that I had. I'm taking Fall on a very, very fluffy brush and just buffing that on the edge of the metallic shadows just so that it didn't look so harsh. I didn't want to add a lot of pigmentation, just more so depth and to soften up that line on the top of the metallic shade. Lastly, I'm going in with Summer on a pencil brush to go in my inner corner and lower lash line. This shade also had a lot of fallout and was pretty powdery, but it blended out very nicely. And here is the final look. I wanted to keep the rest of my face very glowy, so I went in with a lot more highlighter than I usually use and a dewy setting spray. I'm really glad I put that summer color on my inner corner and lower lash line. It gave a little bit of variety to a look that's in my regular rotation. And as always, if you have made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Till next time, bye folks.